Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to give my quick impressions of Microsoft's press conference for E3 2016, so let's get right to it because Sony is about to start. First off, we have the Xbox One S, which is 40% slimmer, 2TB hard drive, or up to, they said, HDR gameplay, so that means not exactly lower contrast, but it looks nicer, I'll put it that way. And it has 4K Blu-ray and streaming capabilities, which is pretty cool. But the most exciting thing about this Xbox One S comes at the end with the reveal of Scorpio and the unification and all that. We will talk about that at the end. I'm just going to get through the games first. Gears of War 4 looked much more survival horror-y. Horror-y. Gears of War 4 looked much more like a survival horror game than it did an action game. I don't know if it's going to be that way the entire time, but the clip that they showed looked like every enemy was very lethal towards you, and just the world building, the environmental storytelling that they showed, it looked more like a survival horror game than an action game. Forza Horizon 3, Forza Motorsport's drunk cousin, of course. This one takes place in Australia. Looks really cool. I like the drop-in, drop-out co-op in that it just synchronizes everything, and something kind of like Need for Speed. Which one was that? It might have been Rivals. Rivals or Burnout Paradise, kind of that big open world co-op thing. This one looks much smoother, and Forza Horizon has always played great, so I'm excited to see how this works. Also, and crossplay between PC and Xbox One, so that's really cool. Recore from Mega Man's own Keiji Inafune. I don't know how involved he is with this, but I know his name is on it at least. It looks like an action platformer, third-person action platformer. You play as a girl named Jewel who has a little host of robots that fight, so looks like kind of a mix between puzzly gameplay between using the robots and action between taking out these other evil robots. There's lots of robots, I know that. The game looks fun, kind of almost like a more serious Ratchet and Clank, if that makes sense, but that's just my first impression. Out this September, hopefully it'll be a great time. Tekken 7, I was really pumped to see this. It didn't say exclusive. I would not imagine Tekken 7 would be an exclusive to Xbox One or PC. I kind of fell out of Tekken after Tekken Tag Tournament on the PS2, but I loved playing that back in the day. I was always more of a Street Fighter or a Virtua Fighter guy. But I am more than willing to give Tekken another shot. I love fighting games. This one looks really pretty. Dead Rising 4, I love the tone of this trailer. Frank West on his Twitter profile, taking the selfies with the zombies and stuff. I love Dead Rising 1. This seems to be getting back to that one, especially since you have the same main character, Frank West. And very tongue-in-cheek, making crossbows out of candy canes and giant power suits with big hammers. Looks like lots of fun. Just that feeling in the first game of being trapped in that mall, Day of the Dead style. Sorry, Dawn of the Dead, and I apologize. Dawn of the Dead style, and just taking everything you can, putting it together, and then shooting zombies with it. Looks like a lot of fun. I hope they recapture the spirit of the original, and it looks like they are just steering right into that kind of goofy zaniness, because overly serious zombies aren't much fun for anyone, especially the people getting chewed on. Scalebound from Platinum Games, the makers of Devil May Cry. Really hope this is good. I do not like the aesthetic with a short-haired dude with the headphones and, yeah, this is cool, I'm going to tell my dragon what to do. The gameplay looks cool. The huge scale boss battle looked really cool. I hope it's more of the latter and less of the former. The guy seems like he could get really annoying with his dubstep headphones. The co-op looks cool, and also coming to PC. Okay, they dropped their big guns at the end of the conference with Project Scorpio, but that had been known for a while, the really powerful Xbox One. What I was most interested about was the Play Anywhere initiative, in that almost everything they showed, if not everything today, was playable on Xbox One S, Scorpio, and PCs. I have a really powerful PC. Making my Xbox One redundant so I don't need one, I actually really like. And the fact that it's cross-play, I have a lot of friends with Xbox Ones and I want to still play with them. And being able to do that on my Windows 10 machine is a really cool idea for me. The fact that they're unifying these platforms, everything on Xbox One, Windows 10, it's almost like they're just making games for one platform, and you've got these variations on a theme kind of thing. Leaving the consoles where they are now, having an Xbox One S at the new bottom, I assume they're going to stop manufacturing the original Xbox One. Xbox One S all the way up to super-powered gaming PCs with Scorpio right up there with the PCs. That would be a really hard target to try to hit, because that is a huge variation in power. So if they can really do what they said and standardize everything to where everything is playable on Xbox One S and on the PC, that could be really cool. Everything is cross-buy, everything is cross-play. You buy it for Xbox One, you get it on PC, and vice versa. If they really hold to that, I'm very excited about the future of Xbox as a platform, not just as one system. If they call Xbox just their gaming division, I think that's best for Microsoft. That is like a complete 180 from when they first released the Xbox One. And look, you can do TV and always online and things like that. They're really making it about the games and playing the games the way you want to play them. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that most Xbox One games are now on PC because it makes them obsolete, but superpowered PCs are like $2,000, so there is still definitely a place for an Xbox One console, and the Xbox One S looks really nice. Okay guys, these have been my impressions for the Microsoft press conference. I hope you come back for Sony's tonight when I post it, and at the end of all of these videos are links to the other press conferences, so I hope you enjoy those. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.